Hey guys, this is Jeremy. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Awesome Austin who gave me the idea to look into this. And I've only got a few pictures I want to show, but I have only scratched the surface here. I mean, there is a lot to look into here. I plan on doing some more vids on this, but kind of take some time to do some of the research. I don't just look at the pictures. I kind of try to go back and get a little history on it and so I can share with y'all. All right, let's go with the first one here. All right, this is Union Mills High School in Union Mills, Indiana. I really could not find a date or really a history on this one. Uh, I just thought that kind of looked out of place because, look at the size of the people there, size of the archway. You got these Antiquitech antennas here. I'm sure they used to have antennas on top. What you want to bet? Alright, next we have Old LaPorte High School. It's also in Indiana. Uh, it said it was founded in 1950. Not built, but founded. Uh, After that, really couldn't find much of a history on it. This is O'Queer, Oquirrh School in Salt Lake City, Utah. It was supposed to have been completed and ready for use in 1894. Notice it said completed and ready for use, not built. Alright, the architect was Richard Cletting. He was a Freemason and also designed Masonic temples. And what caught my eye here was, you know, not only this antenna here, but we got the archway. And look right here. See how that brick's kind of messed up right there? Now, this was supposed to have been built not too long before this picture was taken, I'm assuming. And another thing, look how the brick here transitions from smooth to devastated all the way back. And this is a rather newish building, they say. Alright, I really don't see anything else to talk about. So let's go on to the next. This is that same school. I just wanted to get a shot of that little ball right there because harvesting free energy, I'm sure. And I'm sure that, this was not built in 1894. I'm sure that's just when they had it renovated and started using it. Alright, let's go to the next pic. Alright, here we have, see here, Union Mills High School in Indiana. Oh, wait, is that right? No, I'm sorry. Parkview Elementary. Built in 1894 and tore down in the late 60s. I just thought it kind of looked out of place for this neighborhood right here. Notice the high arch. And then we got this big old door right here. See the size of the people? See the size of the door? A little mismatched, don't you think? Alright, next pic. This is Duluth High School. As you can see, it was photographed in 1887. This is in Zenith City. Alright, wanted to notice the Antiquitech antenna right here. And one of the things I first jumped out at me was, see how these bricks kind of go down at a slant here? And, this was on a hill. I'm sure this was excavated and not built into the side of the hill like that. See how the brick right here? And you got the big doorways. Alright, let's go to the next. Now this is the one I was excited to talk about. This is Old Central High School in Duluth, Minnesota. It was not too far from that other school that I had just shown. But this right here was supposed to be a picture of it being built. But I noticed the lack of scaffolding. Alright, we got this muffed up looking spot right here. Look how the bricks kind of look muffed up going down right there. Alright, we got this up here, which I'm going to show you. They turned this into a clock tower, but I don't see it, being a clock tower. I think they took off this top part right here, took out the Antiquitech, and replaced it with a clock. We got all these Antiquitech antennas over here and here. I mean, all through this thing. I'm sure it took a lot of energy to run this big building, and I'm fixing to go through some of the history of it, who built it and whatnot. But I mean, see right here, this is supposed to be building, but that looks aged to me. I mean, I could be wrong. Look at that big doorway right there. And one thing I noticed is that window looks like it might be busted out, because you don't see any other kind of reflections on any of these other windows through here. That looks like it could be busted out. I tried zooming in earlier, and it still really don't help much. You still got all the Antiquitech antennas collecting free energy. Alright, let's go next. And this is the same school, just years later. A little bit more modern picture. And this school was supposed to have opened in 1893. The clock face is 10 foot in diameter. The architects were Oliver G. Traphagen and Francis W. Fitzpatrick, but they worked for Richard Morris Hunt, who, guess what, worked with the Freemasons. It's amazing how much Freemasons come up in these big old buildings like this. This is the same school. Notice how it's on a hill. Alright. You saw in the supposed building picture, it looked more like an excavation than a building. Come on. Do y'all agree? Alright, that was the end of the picture, but I wanted to go back. Let's see. Right here. I mean, to me, that just don't look like a building site. That looks more like an excavation site. I mean, I could be wrong. I have worked on some construction jobs, but I mean, you don't see any scaffolding laying around. And I mean, you don't really see a lot of people. I mean, you see a few. But could you imagine the size of crew that it would take? I mean, this thing occupied an entire city block. An entire city block. And I wanted to point out another thing that I have noticed. Alright, back here to the Duluth High School. Alright, when I was looking into the architect, I keep finding the same story. I mean, after building this one, he supposedly won a competition to build a Masonic temple in 1898. This Charles M. McMillan. I find that a lot in my research. How many times this guy won a competition to build this building, or a lot of it is actually Masonic temples. I mean, that's coming up so much. How many of these supposed architects of these buildings built Masonic temples? As a matter of fact, there is only one that I have researched that I cannot find a real Masonic connection with thus far. Well, guys, that's all I got for you tonight. Again, I would like to thank Awesome Austin, who put me onto this topic. This is going to be a fascinating ride, I can tell, cause man, I ain't even scratched the surface. So there are going to be more videos to come. Hope y'all enjoyed it. This has been Jeremy with I Want to Know More. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you.